यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदानन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना जमुनातीरावनचारि जमुनातीरावनचारि हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे जय राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधा कृष्ण चंद्र राधे जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गीता जय जय प्रभुपाद
जय ओम वैष्णपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्रः शेष दिवान ग्रेस भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शील प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter number 16, text number 33, 32, 33, 33, 34 and 35. Shloka 33 and 34 I'll read myself. Tau tu girvan, text number 33. Tau tu girvan rishabho dvaustara dhari lokataha atashriyo brahmashapa bhutam vigata smayo. Translation. But those two gatekeepers, the best of the demigods, their beauty and luster diminished by the curse of the Brahmanas, became morose and fell from the Vaikuntha, the abode of the Supreme Lord. Text number 34. Tada Vaikuntha Dhishana Tayo Nipatamanaya Ahakaro Mahanashi Vimana Grieshu Putrakhaha. Translation. Then, as Jaya and Vijaya fell from the Lord's abode, a great roar of disappointment arose from all the demigods who are sitting in their splendid airplanes. Text number 35. Ta eva hi adhuna prapto. Ta eva hi adhuna prapto. Ta eva hi adhuna prapto. Parshada pravaro harihi. Parshada pravaro harihi. Parshada pravaro harihi. Dite jatara nirvishtham. Driter jatara nirvishtham. Diter jatara nirvishtham. Kashyapam teja vulbanam. Kashyapam teja vulbanam. Kashyapam teja vulbanam. Taveva hi adhuna prapto. Parshada pravarau harehe. Dhiter jatara nirvishtham. Kashyapam teja vulbanam. Taveva hi adhuna prapto. पार्षदा प्रवरौ हरेः धृतिर्जठरनिर्विष्टम् काश्यपं तेज उल्बणम् तावेव हि अधुना प्राप्तौ पार्षदा प्रवरौ हरेः धृतिर्जठरनिर्विष्टम् काश्यपं तेज उल्बणम् तावेव हि अधुना प्राप्तो पार्षदौ प्रवरौ हरेः धृतिर्जठरनिर्विष्टम् काश्यपं तेज उल्बणम् एव हि अधुना प्राप्तो पार्षदा प्रवरौ हरेः धृतिर्जठरनिर्विष्टम् काश्यपं तेज उल्बणम् एव हि अधुना प्राप्तो पार्षदा प्राप्तो हरेः धृतिर्जठरनिर्विष्टम् काश्यपं तेज उल्बणम्. Word meaning. So those two doorkeepers, Eva, certainly he addressed Adhuna, now prapto, having gotten, Ashwada Pravarao, important associates, Harehi, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ditehe, of Diti, Jatara, whom, Nirveshtam, entering, Kashyapam, of Kashyapa Muni, Tejaha, semen, Ulbanam, very strong. Translation, purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation, Lord Brahma continued, those two principal doorkeepers of the personality of Godhead have now entered the womb of Diti, the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni having covered them. Translation with repetition. Lord Brahma continued, those two principal doorkeepers of the personality of Godhead have now entered the womb of Diti, the powerful semen of Kashyapa Muni having covered them. Purport. Here is clear proof of how a living entity coming originally from Vaikuntha Loka is engaged in material element. The living entity takes shelter within the semen of a father, which is injected within the womb of a mother, and with the help of the mother's emulsified ovum, the living entity grows a particular type of a body. In this connection, it is to be remembered that the mind of Kashyapa Muni was not in order when he conceived the two sons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Therefore, the semen he discharged was simultaneously extremely powerful and mixed with the quality of anger. It is to be concluded that while conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. For this purpose, the Garbhadhana Sanskara is recommended in the Vedic scriptures. If the mind of the father is not sober, the semen discharged will not be very good. Thus, the living entity wrapped in the matter produced from the father and mother will be demonic like Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The conditions of conception are to be carefully studied. This is very great science. This sense of Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanadimina Shishi Radha Krishnandriki Shishita Yuniki Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Ajnanadimirandasya Jnanajana Shalakaya Chukshurmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pavshyati Deshadalini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. The Brahma is speaking to the Devatas, demigods. The incident of what's happening at the Vaikuntha Dwara. So after the curse of the sages to the two doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya, finally Lord concluded, it is my will, the Brahmanas cursed you. So now whatever the Brahmanas cursed will undergo, it is, I decide, it is my will. So now leave this place. All good fortune to you. And very soon you will come back to me by practicing mystic yoga in anger. So that what Lord say, and Brahma say, after Lord say this, the Lord assured the two Vaikuntha inhabitants, Jaya and Vijaya, by practicing the mystic yoga system in anger, you will be cleansed of sins, disobeying the Brahmanas, and within a very short time will return to me. After thus speaking to the door, at the door of Vaikuntha, the Lord returned to his abode, where there are many celestial aeroplanes, and all surpassing wealth and splendor. So Lord returned from this place to his abode, and purport the Prabhupada in the previous verse. And this incident is not happened within the Vaikuntha. It is at the door of the Vaikuntha. So Prabhupada say, it is clear from this verse that all the incidents took place at the entrance of Vaikuntha Loka. In other words, the sages were not actually within Vaikuntha Loka, but were at a gate. It could be asked, how could they return to the material world if they entered the Vaikuntha? So, but factually, they did not enter, and therefore they return. There are many similar incidents where great yogis and brahmanas, by dint of their yoga practice, have gone from this material world to the Vaikuntha Loka, but they were not meant to stay there. They came back. So here the Prabhupada say, this incident not happened within the Vaikuntha. Look at the gate of the Vaikuntha Dwara. They not enter the Vaikuntha. So that's the reason they return. So, after the Brahma is speaking here, but those two gatekeepers, the best of the demigods, their beauty and lust are diminished by the curse of the Brahmanas, because became morose and fell from the Vaikuntha, the abode of Supreme Lord. The Lord Brahma is speaking the demigods, because in the beginning demigods asked Brahma, because there is a severe heat experience all over the universe, because Diti was pregnant, because the pregnancy of the Diti, the whole universe has become warm and very hot. Because of this hotness, demigods asked Brahma and inquiring, what is this happening? The whole universe is become very hot. So that what the Brahma is speaking the whole incident. This was Brahma is narrating the history. And that's the reason Brahma is addressing the demigods, best of the demigods. Their beauty and luster diminished by the curse of the Brahmanas, became morose and fell from the Vaikuntha, the abode of Supreme Lord. Then, as the Jaya and Vijaya fell from the Lord's abode, great roar of disappointment arose from the all demigods, and who were sitting in their splendid aeroplanes. So, in the previous verse, the Lord, so the Brahma is telling, Lord went back to the abode, where so many celestial after speaking to the door of Vaikuntha, the Lord returned to his abode, where there are many celestial airplanes and all surpassing wealth and splendor. So inside the Vaikuntha planet, all the residents of the Vaikuntha are traveling in aeroplanes with a lot of opulence. So when they are falling down, the residents of the Vaikuntha are sitting in aeroplanes, then they a great up of disappointment, so they falling down and from the aeroplanes. That's what Brahma said. Further, Brahma continue. Those two principal doorkeepers of the personality Godhead have now entered the womb of Didi, the powerful semen of the Kashyapa Muni having covered them. So, in the purport, the Prabhupada writes, here is a clear proof how the living entity coming originally from the Vaikuntha is engaged in material elements. So, the living entity, the soul, enter into the semen of the father, and that semen is inject the womb of the mother, and there is the emulsified ovum. The living entity grows particular type of body. So Prabhupada explaining here, the living entity, so the cause of the birth is not the mother. The living entity inject from the man's semen to the womb of the mother. So without a father, a mother cannot produce a child. So because living entity, the soul, enter the womb of the mother through the semen of father. So this is science of Prabhupada, this is the great science. In this connection, it is to be remembered that the mind of the Kashyapa Muni was not in order when he was conceived the two sons. When he is associated with the Diti, the mind of the Kashyapa Muni is not in order, because the Diti was approaching Kashyapa at the evening when sun set, and repeatedly Kashyapa Muni was telling to Diti, this is not the right time, because Shiva was moving, traveling with the Parvati in a Nanditi. This was the explanation was there in earlier chapter. And all the Shiva Ganas also moving in the evening. So this is not the auspicious time to consume. So repeatedly Kashyapa was denying to have sex with the Diti. And the Diti was forcing Kashyapa Muni to have sex. So there's a reason here. Kashyapa Muni's mind was not in order. Not in order means, therefore, the semen he discharged was simultaneously extremely powerful. Actually, Samarpal here say, Kashyapam Teja Udmanam. Kashyapa Teja means semen, Udmanam means very strong. Why? Because strong, because he was in anger, simultaneously extremely powerful and mixed with the quality of anger. The mindset of Kashyapa Muni was anger. He was in angry. When he indulged in sex with the Diti, he was not sober. He was very angry. So it is to be concluded that while conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. So a very important thing Prabhupada is pointing out here. Generally, common people think, okay, marriage means, okay, there is enjoyment of sex. But here say marriage means further level of austerity is undergoing. See, controlling his senses and practicing devotional services, even in indulging in a sex activity, he not be carried away by the mode of passion. Otherwise, normally, the sex desire is the mode of passion, the quality of mode of passion. But here say one should not be conceive a child in the mode of passion, because angry is a mode of passion. So austerity means one is completely absorbed devotional practices, so that his mental order will be very sober and devotional. In that devotional mindset, one should conceive a child. That means there is no sexual enjoyment. Clearly say there is no sexual enjoyment. For the devotee, there is no sexual enjoyment. Devotee's enjoyment in the devotional service, not in the sex. It's very clear say. So in other place also, it says what happens when a contaminated mindset one indulge in sex and beget a child. When Lord Brahma was creating, one point of time, and Brahma's mind is agitated, and mind was not in order, and Brahma gave and producing living entity in the creation, and whatever the living entity produces are become asuras. So here Lord Brahma then gave birth to the demons from his buttock, and they were very fond of sex. Because they were too lustful, they approached him for copulation. So these demons approaching Brahma for the copulation. So mode of passion means full of sex desires. The worshipable Brahma first laughed at their stupidity, but finding the shamelessness Asuras close upon him, he grew indignant and ran in a great haste out of fear. He approached the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who bestows all the boons and who dispels the agony of his devotees, and of those who take shelter of his lotus feet. He manifests his innumerable transcendental forms for the satisfaction of his devotees. So when Brahma is feared and in distress, he is running to save from the asuras. So he took the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, so Lord approached Brahma. Lord Brahma is approaching the Lord and address him thus: "My Lord, please protect me from these sinful demons who were created by me under your order. They are infuriated by an opposite appetite for sex and have come to attack me." So the Lord advised to Brahma. The Lord, however, asked Brahma to give up his present body. So, because Brahma's mindset was not in order, he created, those creation become asuras. So that's the reason Lord is telling to Brahma, the Supreme Lord, the Lord, however, asked Brahma to give up his present body because it has created the demonic principles. So, according to Sridhara Swami, Brahma's constant dropping of his body does not refer to his actually giving up his body. So, is before also one more place Brahma has given up his body. Brahma is attracted to his own wife, his own daughter, Saraswati, and Marichi and all the sages requested the Brahma, "You are doing the wrong thing." So Brahma is ashamed of doing the wrong activity. Then Brahma gave up his body. So this is the repeated. So now again Lord is asking him to give up your body. So Sridhara Swami is commenting on this. Constant dropping of his body does not refer to his actually give up his body. Rather, it suggests that Brahma gave up the particular mentality. Mind is the subtle body of the living entity. We may sometimes be absorbed in some thought which is sinful, but if we give up the sinful thought, it may be said that we gave up the body. So, give up the body means that sinful mentality is given up. So, clearly Brahma was a lust. His mind was not in order and he was passionate. So, that's the reason Lord is saying, give up. Give up means give up this mentality. And give up the mentality means give up the body. Because mind is in subtle in nature. So, polluted mind or polluted mentality to give up. That's the meaning of here. So, mind makes a very important role in the consciousness of the person. So, Prabhupada connecting this one again in. So, it is to be concluded that while conceiving a child, one's mind must be very sober and devotional. For this purpose, the Garbhadana Sanskara is recommended in the Vedic scriptures. So, mentality of the person is very important. It influences what the progeny is coming out. So, here is for the devotees also. Actually, devotional services, what you are doing, if we not properly engaging in our mind also in devotion service, then that devotion service is not of the good quality. We are doing the devotion practice under the guidance of the spiritual master as a matter of duty. But real devotion services happen, one is properly engaging in his mind in the devotional practices. When a person is completely absorbed in the devotional practices, and such person's mentality in every action is connected to the Supreme Lord. So, such persons, every activities are connected to the Supreme Lord. So, Lord speaks, Matticha Matchitta Matgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantascha Mam Nityam Tushyantita Ramanticha. One is absorbed in completely Matchitta, is completely conscious of the Supreme Lord or his devotion service. And such mentality of person always, not only his actions are devotion practices, his every activities are devotion practice. He whatever think, whatever speaking, the bodhayantas parasparam katayantascha mam nityam tushyanti ramanti. There is no any material talk happens. Every talk is connected to the Krishna. Even those material activities also connected to the Krishna's thought. So, that was explained in Bhagavatam when many places Shaunaka Rishi asked a question to the Sutta Goswami. After asking the question, every time he remind, okay, otherwise Sutta Goswami is always in conscious of Krishna. But he remind still, okay, if it is connected to the Krishna, you speak. This is what the people are completely conscious of Krishna. Because I don't want to hear anything is not connected to Krishna. The perfection of devotion service means always cautious that, okay, whatever I am doing, whatever I am thinking, whatever acting, whatever I am speaking to the people is connected to Krishna or not. So that's the reason, see, every chapter, every incident in the Bhagavata Purana is reminding us that devotion service is not a lip service, okay, we speak, but consciously not. Inside we are not convinced of that. So that's the reason the perfection of devotion service is long process of continuous austerity. I'm referring austerity mean absorbed in Krishna consciousness and avoiding all other forces generally generated by passion and tamoguna. Tamoguna and rajoguna. Maximum activities like how the mind is polluted, karana guna sangarsha. Because the guna is, we are interacting with the guna or associated with a particular guna, and that guna will influence our consciousness. That what our mentality will be polluted. Same thing to Kashyapa, the example is here. Kashyapa is in anger, passionate. So that his mentality is, his mind is polluted. It was not in order. So one should have the constant endeavor how to keep away from, how the mind is drive away from other modes of passion and ignorance. So association of devotees are one of the many times happens. Okay, some students go out, chanting comes down. There is no any other reason, because association with other people. There is no devotees association. Devotees association influence a person to progress, and again our association of the devotee is not in a Uttamadhikari level. Okay, our association not in Uttamadhikari level, so that we not completely protected by, okay, association devotee only to protect us. Okay, so protect, okay, bigger danger is to protect one the bigger danger. But to elevate one's consciousness, one should do a lot of struggle and austerity. Austerity in the sense what I am telling it, devotional practices. Why I referring as a austerity? Because practicing devotion service in the beginning stages is not palatable. It's not very enjoyable. The reason is austerity. Okay, initially is austerity practices the devotion service is austerity. When all the contamination dry away, then no more is austerity. It is enjoyment for the practitioner, for the devotee. Yeah, such a person is Krishna mat chitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam. They always speak about the Krishna. There is no any other thoughts or talk or activity which is not connected to the Krishna. So, Prabhupada, for the purpose of Garbhadana Sanskara, it is recommended in the Vedic scripture, if the mind of the father is not sober, the semen discharge will not be very good. That means a person is want to produce devotee or cultured human being, only devotee will come very much absorbed in devotion service. For him, absolutely the sex intercourse is also devotion service, not for sex enjoyment. You don't take any pleasure in sex, but you do as a purpose of producing a devotee. That means for a devotee, including sex is not the enjoyment. It's not the enjoyment. As a matter of duty, to produce a devotee, for that he'll utilize everything. So here, thus the living entity wrapped in the matter produced from the father and mother will be demonic like Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. If not, the mindset is not sober and devotional. So, the conditions of conception are to be carefully studied, and this is the great science. So, the Prabhupada is giving the instruction for the Grihastha devotees who want to conceive a child, and this science must be properly studied and utilized so that there is a good progeny. So, so Brahma is continue speak the demigods. So after the discussion at the Dwara, what are the things has happened? It will continue further. Okay, I'll stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.